How is being alone different from being lonely? Being alone is a physical state of being by oneself without anyone around. That's by choice. We choose to be alone because we probably want to read a book without any disturbance, or probably we have some important work and we need no distractions during that time, or probably we just want to be by ourselves to introspect. Being alone is a positive thing, it leads to self evolvement, personal evolvement. Being lonely, on the other hand, it's an emotional state of feeling isolated, not by choice but because of circumstances. One can be totally lonely even when they are surrounded by lots of people. Now, being lonely is a negative state, it's not positive at all. It can lead to depression. I want to share with you two remarkable stories of persons who descended into loneliness but managed to bounce out of it before they got engulfed by the gloom. Sharda lost her husband of 35 years. Theirs was an empty nest already because their children were well settled abroad. For the first few days after her husband's demise, Sharda was in a daze because people kept dropping in to express their condolences. She hardly had time to mourn. Her children had come down to be with her to arrange for the funeral and the ceremonies. But eventually, everybody had to leave. Sharda was alone in the apartment. The weight of that silence descended upon her head like an unwelcome burden. She started wallowing in self pity and started sinking into depression. Fortunately for Sharda, she had this wonderful friend and neighbor, Anita, who walked into her apartment one day and dropped a 6-month-old kitten on her lap and said, Sharda, take care of that because I'm going out of town for a few days. And she was out of Sharda's house like a shot before Sharda could object. Anyway, that event changed Sharda's life forever after. She started warming up to that kitten. She loved the antics of that kitten. It brought a smile to her lips and laughter to her eyes. She started playing with the kitten. She started going out to shop for both of them. She started engaging and talking to people, sharing in the joys and experiences of caring for a pet. Sharda was never ever lonely after that. The second story I want to share with you is about Paul. He is my neighbor. We live in the same gated community. Paul is just going to turn 90. He lost his darling, his heartthrob, his best friend, his soulmate. These are his words, not mine. He lost his wife after 59 years and 3 months of marriage just over a year ago. Now you tell me, who would not feel lonely and depressed after that? But Paul was not a recluse for too long because of his natural gusto. He told me his wife would feel very upset if she knew that he was sitting at home and brooding. So every morning at 6:30, you will find him taking a swim in the pool. At around 8, he is there at the cafe, the community cafe, having breakfast and chatting with people. Then he goes home and potters around doing whatever he needs to do to keep himself physically and mentally active. 5:30 sharp in the evening, you will find him walking along that scenic, beautiful pathway that we call bushwalk because it is surrounded by waterways and so much of greenery and foliage that it attracts so many birds. While walking, Paul would stop to talk to everybody he knows, maybe a 5-year-old kid or a 70-year-old grandmother, it doesn't matter. He always had nice words for them and a smile for them. You might think his evening gets over with that walk. No, at dusk, you will find him with a group of youngsters whose average age is around 75, regaling them with his singing. He's got a very nice voice and he's a very good singer. And these 75 plus year olds, some of them even get up to shake a leg when Paul is singing. Man, Paul is something. He can lighten up anybody's life. I just love to meet him every day because a wave from him and a toothless smile from him gladdens your heart and makes your day. So you see, welcome being alone. That can lead to empowerment, but shun loneliness. And if you find loneliness creeping into your life, get out of your house and be the social animal that human beings are meant to be. Or else you might become like an animal in the zoo, trapped within the four walls of your house. Good day.